What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here or new to me, my name is Tyler Egan. I'm a certified personal trainer. And today I have a good one for you, or at least I think so. But you know what? Forgive me. I'm a bit biased towards myself. See, I think I'm funny. Today I want to talk about my favorite shoulder stability exercise. This exercise has helped me so much with working on my shoulder stability on both sides, but like more importantly on my left. The reason I say that is because I used to have a little bit of scapula winging. If you don't know what that is, it's when your shoulder blade, it actually rests on your rib cage. And if your muscles that attach to your shoulder blade don't function properly, what your what your shoulder blade will do is quite literally wing off of your rib cage. It's the wildest thing. Just actually look it up on YouTube while you're here, and just watch it happen. It's insane, especially some of the severe cases. But anyway, today I want to show you my favorite exercise that helped me with mine tremendously, and just honestly gain a lot more control at my shoulders as a whole. I'm also going to go over a little bit of the anatomy of the shoulder so you kind of understand why something like this is important. I will leave timestamps down below. That way you don't have to sit here and listen to everything if you'd rather just see the exercise or just understand why I like to use it and all that stuff. So that'll be there. But before I get into it, I just want to say, if you take anything from this video, if you could like it, comment, share it with people, make sure you subscribe to the channel. My plan is to be a lot more active on YouTube going forward. So let's get into it, shall we? Before we go crazy with this, I just want to go over a couple things in the shoulder itself so that you guys understand there's a lot more going on when you do any kind of pressing motion, especially at your shoulder. There's a lot of joints that play a role in this, and I just want to go over it so people understand why this kind of exercise is so important. So I'm going to overlay some pictures here so you guys get an idea of what I'm talking about, but we have three joints that are responsible for this movement, which is the pressing movement itself. You have the actual shoulder joint, you have your scapula or your shoulder blade, and then you have your thoracic spine, which is your upper back. All three of these joints play a huge role in any kind of pressing motion, and being able to understand all three and what they're responsible for is really important. So we have the thoracic spine, the upper back, which is a mobility joint. We need a lot of rotational movement. We need to be able to fully extend up through our spine, to be able to get the most out of it. So having a lot of mobility in your thoracic spine is extremely, extremely important. I'm going to also overlay an exercise I like to do frequently to open up my thoracic spine, and that's called the open book, and you'll just see a clip while I'm talking here. The next thing I want to talk about is the scapula or the shoulder blade. The scapula is a stability joint, and that's where an exercise like this really comes into play. What people don't realize is from sitting at desks all day, on our phones all day, we're always slunched over, and it puts our upper back muscles on a stretch, and they get really weak because of it. So we lose a lot of the stability at our scapula from that. So an exercise like this actually focuses solely on the stability at that joint, which is important. Like I said, the scapula is a stable joint, a stability joint, so it actually stabilizes your entire shoulder girdle, which is why it's so important. The last joint we have to worry about when it comes to the shoulder is the actual shoulder itself. This, the ball and socket joint up here. Because the ball and socket joint has all of this range of motion, so you want to make sure you have this range of motion, the 360 degrees of range of motion, in order to get the most out of the exercise. All right, here we go. The kneeling kettlebell bottoms up banded shoulder press. I know that's a mouthful. I'm sorry. So I like using a couple of things here. I like the kettlebell because the weight is in one central location. Because of that, and it's not evenly distributed like a dumbbell, it makes the weight a lot more unstable in your arm. So this actually challenges your grip strength like crazy as well. The band pulling your arm in really forces you to kick on your rotator cuff muscles, your mid back muscles, to really stabilize your shoulder on that side, which is where the stability comes in at. Now, I like to do them kneeling. You don't have to. I do, because I like getting a little stretch in the hip flexors here, and it really makes me focus on keeping a strong, stable core, build a nice foundation underneath with my legs, and it really just kind of forces you into a more unstable position. Now, you'll see here, when I'm pressed all the way up, I form a straight line from my knees all the way up to my arms. That's one thing you want to be very mindful of when performing this exercise. A lot of the times, what I'll see happen is people will let their knee collapse in, or I'm sorry, their lower back collapse in, and then their leg just give out. That's why it's very, very important to make sure you have a strong, solid foundation in your legs. You're keeping your core nice and tight, and your back is not collapsing in. This exercise has honestly made a drastic change in my shoulder health. I used to have so many shoulder problems, it wasn't even funny. I could not even lift my arm above my head. It hurt like hell. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and this exercise has been an absolute game changer for me. I used to actually have, and I'm gonna overlay some clips here, 2 things that this exercise has helped me with. I used to have really bad, not really bad, like I said in the beginning of the video, scapula winging, and the clip I'm going to overlay here will show you that. You can actually see my rib cage kind of wing off, or I'm sorry, you can actually see my scapula wing off of my rib cage. It was the weirdest thing that I ever had to go through. On top of that, you'll see in the next clip I'm going to play here that I used to have really unstable shoulders, and this exercise has helped me tremendously in that aspect. When I used to hold the kettlebells up, the weights would actually jiggle back and forth because I had such unstable shoulders, and this exercise has really helped me gain more control over the stability in my shoulders. It challenges the thoracic spine, and it honestly is just a very good fundamental exercise to work on things like stability, range of motion, and just to maintain overall shoulder health. So if you guys took anything from this video, if you like this video, if you think I'm cool, I don't care, leave a like, leave a comment on some things you want to see more. Maybe let me know a problem you have that I could address in a video. And make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. I do plan to be more active on YouTube, but I highly doubt they'll show any of my stuff. I have such a small channel. I'm gonna curse a lot, and yeah, that's about it. So like, comment, subscribe, check out my podcast, check me out on social media. Everything will be down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.